And yes, DeGods flipped Azuki and Doodles in overall value, which now puts it as one of the top 5. It's like the 5th, essentially, PFP projects as far as overall value. And actually, as the show was going on, it was continuing to pump. I think it's at an all-time high now. I think DeGods is sitting right around 400. Yeah, I think it got over 400 the floor at one point. So you can see from this chart, it is just on cruise for sure. It's breaking its all-time
So you're
high.
saying
we should have bought
when you said I should have bought, you said we should have bought
when it was 250.
Or when I said, yes. when I said I was going to buy one, and then you made fun of me and said, "Oh, well, it's not too high. I don't know. It did be coming down." I should have just ignored you and bought it.
Well, the first time that I mentioned it is when we should have bought it. Yes, that is when we should have bought it, when it was like 250. And they first started the royalty give back. Yeah, the other crazy thing is when you buy one of these, you get a percentage of the royalties back in dust too, which is not a bad deal at all. Because also dust is on a little bit of a tear as well. Right now it's at 207. So today they're going to be announcing the Ute list mint date.
Okay, you and your hiking as she candles.
Haikinashi. So yeah, they'll be announcing it today, the mint date. And Frank said, please stop asking about your application. It doesn't help. And if you do it on other people's welcome posts, it's a negative. Don't take away from someone else's moment. So that's the other thing we were talking about, like so many MFers out here just begging to be Ute listed. It's we're calling them Ute chasers is our official term for that. Actually, an AI helped us create that term.
Ute chasers.
So we're not gonna tell you the backstory of that, but Ute chasers is our new name for people that are doing that. But yeah, I mean, DeGods and Utes is having its moment for sure. And the real question is what's going to happen at and after the Utes mint. What's going to happen not only with Utes, but what will happen to the DeGods price too? Because I hear that there's going to be a benefit to also holding a DeGod and a Ute together. So I think that's their attempt to try to incentivize people to keep buying DeGods at the same time that Utes is coming out, and to help keep that floor price hopefully up for them. And you got Hello Moon being very bullish out here, saying it's going to 690 next. Of course, you know, this is when everyone starts posting their bullish stuff, when things are pumping. That's when everyone gets super crazy and bullish. This is one we covered recently, the Soul Swipe, Solana's first ever debit card. This project is, we had questions when that's not it. Not going to promote someone else's podcast. We had questions about the the legitimacy, I guess I should say, of this project, and if we were really, if it was too good to be true was our question.
Yes,
and
that's it. Too good.
So one of the things we pointed out when we looked through the site and the white paper was that we couldn't find anything about the bank partnership or the type of card it would be. Would it be a MasterCard or a Visa? Well, it sounds like we were not the only ones with those types of questions. And they said yesterday in a tweet that due to strict instructions from the bank not to post publicly, we've submitted to Magic Eden the partnership documents, and they have acknowledged. Even though we will not be launching on Magic Eden, we have submitted to further enhance our doxing and KYC we were lacking previously. Well, what's interesting is that Magic Eden responded like in the middle of the night, my time, and said, this is misleading. We have not acknowledged anything. To further clarify, Magic Eden is not anyhow affiliated with this project. So distancing themselves a little bit and saying here, quote, we have submitted to Magic Eden and they acknowledged. We haven't acknowledged anything, they say. But where is the response? I saw Soul Swipe responded with like some And now it's not coming up for me. I wonder if they deleted it or if it's, I got to get deeper into this thread maybe. Nope. So SoulSwipe did respond. Maybe it's on this thread. And they said that, yeah, here it is. They were saying their excuse is that Magic Eden acknowledged receiving the documents from them. That's what they're saying that they meant by acknowledged. But I don't know. It was used pretty loosely, the word acknowledged. Now, the thing is, they have this screenshot of like the email they sent to Magic Eden, but then they really should have stopped there, because then they posted these screenshots of their conversation with someone from Magic Eden. And to me, these people seem a little, it makes them seem more suspect than I even thought before, honestly. And they seem a little desperate here to really be kind of getting these documents and getting approval from Magic Eden. Just saying, sent, please check and acknowledge. The guy said, thank you. And then he said, is the content okay? Good evening, sir. He's like really, being the squeaky wheel. Hi, bro. Any updates? And the guy said, hey, I saw it. And then he said, great. Have you shared it with the rest of the team and done the due diligence checks? This must be the same guy that tweeted at us, because he says DD too. Anyway, I have shared with the team, but we won't be taking you on, unfortunately. And then he says, yep, didn't expect you to take us on, but can we have closure then? And also, can I request for the clause we have violated? We've signed a contract. I think it's fair. I asked for the reason for voiding our contract. 3 days from mint would really help. See, I don't know. There seems to be some more drama going on behind the scenes here. Maybe there weren't any ill intentions toward you and your project dropping you from the launch pad at all, man. Oh, so they dropped this project from the launch pad. Oh, okay. I wasn't aware that SoulSwipe was going to be on the launch pad. So interesting. That is very interesting. So,
dude,
that's your update.
So far, my questions have not been answered, and I'm still sus as fuck. So
yes, I agree. Now they said that they will do private viewings of the document for people that request so in a support ticket on their Discord. And I was thinking maybe we should request to see the bank partnership documents, see for ourselves what it is that they claim to have. But honestly, I'm staying away from this project anyway. It's sus. Yeah, this project is super sus. And, I think the way they communicate here isn't very professional, and just comes off to me a little just weird. I get weird vibes from their communication.
Well, yeah, and I would like to know why Magic Eden did reject why they pulled them off the launch pad.
Yeah, it would be interesting to hear more. I mean, all they said here was, we are just clarifying that while we received your documents, we want to remove any potential confusion about any credibility or authenticity attached to it by tagging Magic Eden. We simply want to clarify the project stands on its own 2 feet. All the best. So just trying to, distance themselves.
And well, it's just weird that they go to Magic Eden and try to say, "Hey, please tell us and tell everyone
that we're okay,
that this bank agreement and this documents are all legit."
Yeah,
like Magic Eden, like Magic Eden, an NFT marketplace is qualified to do that. Is like that's where I would love to hear that source of information from. It's an NFT marketplace, right? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Like, no, right. And it's, I mean, I could see how this could be a little bit of a PR issue for the team, of course, getting on the launch pad and then getting taken off the launch pad. Not a great look, but this doesn't seem like the right way to try to save things. And now of course, this is Jammy Boy is he's the co-founder and COO. This guy is the little bulldog on Twitter. He also tweeted at us in regards to our first review of this, saying we hadn't done enough due diligence or whatever. But here he is this morning after Magic Eden's response, saying, at this point, Magic Eden looks like a complete douchebag, bullying SoulSwipe. No project will go to such great lengths for a 300 to 400K rug. Y'all trying too hard after getting a bag from DGen Town. So trying to take a swipe at Magic Eden, saying that, oh, like that they don't have any credibility anyway because of the Degen Town rug. But I think that Magic Eden is being extra careful now because of the Degen Town rug, and they want to stay away from any potential problems like this project seems like it could be, especially with the communication, dude. Not good. Calling them douchebags, not a good look.
Yeah, and well, the thing is that it's like what gets me is like just them wanting Magic Eden so bad to
They
just
want the
come
approval.
out and say that, oh yeah, this is all checks out and it's legit. Like that's what gets me. Like that doesn't really make sense to me at all, honestly. Like
Yeah.
this is you're a credit card company,
Yeah,
a
it does seem
sole
weird.
credit card company. Why are you seeking the like the judgment
The
of an
stamp of
NFT
approval,
marketplace?
yeah, from Magic Eden that you are like that. This was real, right? You guys got to say
It
that we're
seems like
real.
it seems like to me that they would go to Magic Eden to try to get approval because they're thinking, well, this is just an NFT. Fucking say, what do they know about bank documents? We could easily get an approval from a reputable source, and then all these soul maxis will be be all behind us. That's what they're probably thinking. But Magic Eden's not that dumb, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I think that's this tweet by them about, oh, we've submitted our documents. It was all just like to try to save face after getting kicked off the launch pad, it seems like. So I think your gut instinct was right on with this one, Jones. And yeah, this is not one I think we want to really, I personally will stay away from. Last little bit.
great name, great idea. Just
Hey,
not
nice
gonna work.
website, all kinds of stuff,
Yeah.
obviously has got part of the equation down, but
They are
just
really
doesn't seem
trying
like
hard on
there's
their
a real
rug. Yeah.
thing behind there. It seems like it's all smoke and mirrors is how it feels. I can't wait for them to come comment on this video. Yeah, we are just farming these guys for engagement. Like, I want them to rage tweet us. Please, rage tweet us. Last little thing for NFTs today is the Izu Mint is happening today. This is the first ETH Launchpad project for Magic Eden. And let's go back to that tweet real quick. So yeah, they've got 95,000 entries on their whitelist tool. And it looks like the wallets that they've got entered, mostly Ethereum wallets in the whitelist. That makes sense. A handful of Solana wallets. And so it looks like this will probably mint out. I mean, I would think, but
yeah,
the mint is expensive, especially for Solana people. They're trying to do this cross mint thing where you can mint in Solana or ETH. It is still an ETH NFT though.
How much is it?
And for Solana people, it's like 9 SOL, which is, that's high for a Solana mint. So, and I think, let's see, what is the mint price?
Because Solana's for the poor.
What is that in ETH? I'm trying to remember what that comes out to in ETH. I just remember seeing someone saying it was 9 SOL. I'd have to do the math. Let me do the math real quick. So 315-ish USD. So that's probably around like 0.1, 0.15 or something, 0.1 something. It's 0.1 something. So it's still actually a pretty high mint, honestly, even by ETH standards.
In the bear market, 100%. Yeah.
So I'll be interested to see if this sells out. I mean, they've got the Psychedelics Anonymous community.
I was gonna say it's got a giant community behind it, so it has a much better chance. But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so we will see how this goes.
When is that
It
mint?
looks like today at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So this afternoon.
This is one of those ones where it's like I'm not going to be surprised either way. Like if it mints out, not surprised.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, not surprised.
Yeah, it's kind of how I feel.
It's got all the numbers.
You know, the numbers
You've
are
got all the
there,
numbers,
so
but
it
then you're
should.
like, oh yeah,
But then,
bear market, it still
yeah, the
sucks. Yeah.
enthusiasm and
How
yeah,
much
I don't
will
know. It'll be
people?
interesting.
Because what every time when these mints go down, it's almost like one of those things where it's like uh, people just kind of all sit out on the sidelines, just watching the mint numbers
Yeah,
go and waiting to see if it's
yeah,
if it hits a certain threshold that they're like, okay, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna get mine.
yeah,
You know, I think it's gonna mint out. I think I'm gonna get it. And usually that doesn't happen. You don't really get that like final big wave until it's like closer to like 80% or so minted
yeah,
out. And
for
so it's like
sure.
I wonder, it'll be interesting.
Well, and it'll be a 4-hour pre-sale window too. So it'll be interesting to see how the pre-sale goes really, and then the
Right? If
public
they
sale
only
of it.
get like a small percentage actually minting out in pre-sale, then that could scare away a lot of public mints. They're like,
Yeah,
no, not
yeah,
touching it.
for sure, for sure. So
Because
yeah,
that's the thing is
this will
like
be an
for such an
interesting one.
expensive mint, you gotta have someone there to be your exit liquidity. You gotta have someone there that's gonna be buying it for 0.2 ETH. You know,
Yeah.
it's just like
And the
it.
utility, I listen to a
The utility
space.
sucks, bro. It does suck.
I
It
listen to a
sucks.
space and I'm still confused because they're talking about putting NFT or putting NFC chips in clothing and
Right. I
tracking
remember
kind
that.
of like step in, right?
Stupid.
Doing a
Yeah.
step in type thing, tracking so that you would get paid for wearing the clothes. But it doesn't actually connect back to the NFT in any way. So like holders aren't going to get this merch. They're not getting it. So it's to fund like this project, and then it's kind of weird. Yeah, I'm still kind of confused. I'm like, so they're like, it's like 6 months out. They're testing it at Art Basel and the Art Basel event, and like, but you're not as a holder, you're not going to get this. So
Really? That's
yeah,
stupid. And I
it's
just
very
think it's a
weird, dude.
stupid idea. It's a stupid idea. Honestly, like if they're like, "Oh yeah, we're in check the movement of clothes or something," I'd be like, "I'll just put my T-shirt on my dog all day and have that fucking
Oh yeah,
go
some
around." You
guy
know
on
what
the
I mean?
space was like, "I'm gonna get a bunch of these, cut out the NFC chips, and spoof my location and all this."
Yeah, like I'm like I would gain the shit out of that.
Yeah, well, he
Fucking,
said
you
like
know what I
that's what
mean?
he was doing with Pokemon Go and all this stuff, and he said he's gonna just do the same thing, and I'm like, "Oh
Yeah,
my
I mean,
gosh,
people. Yeah, there's
oh
tons of
wow."
way. That's so funny. Pokemon Go. You don't even make money from
I know,
Pokemon Go,
dude,
so it's like,
people put so much effort into Pokemon Go. It's incredible.
is that still a thing? It's still a
It's
thing. People
still a
still play
thing,
that.
dude. It's still a thing.
That was like
There's
such
still
a
people
popular
out there.
fucking.
I know, I
That was
know.
so.
I'll
I just
never
remember
forget
always seeing
it,
people
man,
outside walking, looking for their Pokemon.
I
Oh,
love how our friend had the, little thing, the little automatic, like, button,
oh yeah, a
Bluetooth
little
button
button. Beep
thing
beep.
that just, like so you don't have to even look at it, you just automatically
Thank you for watching GMTV.